Ernie Acosta on the other side of the glass. We now are live from a different studio.
Looks the same.
It does.
But labeled
We're from
differently.
the Town Fair Tire Studios, powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Absolutely nobody. Bro, how are you?
I was so confused this morning.
Oh,
I didn't know what to do with myself.
I had no idea.
Usually that alarm goes off at 4:55 a.m. And today I said, I ain't going to do it. So I woke up 2 hours later, took my kid to school. It was bizarre. It was strange.
That is bizarre.
And then hit no traffic coming in. It was it's weird. And then it started snowing, and then it stopped.
Well,
and
it's supposed to be snow, I think, tonight at some point.
Yeah, I think we're getting
and
a big
crummy day tomorrow.
Yes.
What's new?
I think we're getting a big wintry mix. But yesterday,
nothing better than wintry mixes.
No, it's the best.
They can't think of anything.
But yesterday, the Giants had a day. They had a good day. And they haven't had a good day in a very, very long time. I think the last time the Giants had won a football game, the New York Mets had won a baseball game. That's how long it had been. But I think what was cool about yesterday is it appears we got some good closure to this Eli Manning era. And a lot of guys don't get that. A lot of guys don't get the good ending.
Right.
Sometimes it's a bad ending. Sometimes you don't even know the ending is happening when it's happening. And sometimes you get a good ending that we all see. We saw it with David Wright. He had a good ending. It was kind of forced because he missed so much time.
Yeah.
We got a great ending out of Mariano Rivera, a great ending out of Derek Jeter, a weird ending out of A-Rod. But we got one out of Eli Manning. And I got to tell you, I got to be honest with you, I was surprised, and I got to give Pat Shurmur credit for something. He's a god-awful head coach.
Right.
But I got to give him credit that he actually understood the moment.
He did feel the moment.
And was able to orchestrate the march off the field
doubt.
Eli could get that standing ovation.
It helped that the Giants had the game in the bag, which
no doubt.
in this season has not been happening.
Well, dude, for most of this game, this didn't feel like it was ever going to be in the bag.
Well, the game turned around on the safety, Sam Beal, who had a pretty good game. He had a ton of tackles, and then that safety in the end zone that made it 16-13. Then the ensuing return, which set the Giants up in great field position. They eventually scored a touchdown. Barkley takes it in. That was, to me, that was the turning point of the game.
No doubt, because when Eli threw his third interception, and really his second, because the second interception he threw at the end of the first half, he could kind of throw away.
Right.
But that interception of Jerome Baker was absolutely brutal.
Yeah.
It was awful.
But the two he threw that really mattered were both brutal.
They were awful. The first one and obviously the second, but really third one to Baker. And Sanders hits that field goal as Jason Sanders owns MetLife Stadium, even though he missed that first one to start the game.
And even though they've lost both games there.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. But really, you mentioned it turned on the safety. You're right. It turned on the special teams play and then the holding penalty that set Miami back to the 3-yard line.
Right.
Because being at the 3-yard line is a lot different than being at the 6-yard line. Because when you're at the 6, there isn't usually a danger for a safety.
I didn't love the play call. They tried to run. The Dolphins tried to run wide on that. What are you doing? When you're in the end zone like that, just run straight ahead.
And that was,
don't mess around. They're only down a point at that point.
And that was also after a false start.
Right.
So not only did the Giants get a good punt from Riley Dixon, and they down it inside the 5-yard line, 6-yard line.
He's been terrific all year. That's why they gave him a new contract.
Yeah, he's the guy who got the extension. But the Dolphins commit the 2 penalties, and then this is the side story besides Eli, which I know is the headline, and it should be, that you saw young players on the New York Football Giants make plays, and the guy who made the play on the safety was Sam Beal, who for a while we didn't even believe existed.
Yeah.
And here is Sam Beal making a tremendous tackle against Laird, and you're right, Joe. That moment,
that was it.
You started to think 16-13, getting the football back. Giants are going to win this game, and then it very quickly turned into a laugh.
Yeah, it really did. But there was a lot of, obviously Eli. It was a typical, as you said, Eli performance. He had some great throws. He had some bad picks. He threw, even the first touchdown to Tate was not a great throw. I mean, the ball got tipped, and Tate made a great play, concentrate to make the catch, and take it in for a long touchdown. So it was kind of a really everything you've always kind of seen from Eli, and with the victory at the end of the day. But again, Saquon Barkley was Saquon Barkley yesterday. I thought the offensive line really played well. I mean, outside of that early sack, they protected him very well in this game, especially Hernandez and Solder. You mentioned guys on defense. Beal was very good. How about Leonard Williams yesterday? Yeah. Leonard Williams, and we said this to Carl last week, and he looked at us. He said, yeah, Leonard's playing for the contract. Because that's what he's doing. I mean, he was active yesterday. He caused a fumble. You saw our buddy Ogletree make a tremendous hit on Ryan Fitzpatrick that caused the fumble. You saw, I thought DeAndre Baker played a very good game yesterday. Even got hurt and came back in the game when it looked like he was done for the day. For one day anyway, It was a good day for the Giants at
By the
MetLife.
way, that Ogletree tackle is very overrated. That was really made by Leonard Williams and Michael Thomas. I mean, he went shoulder on Fitzpatrick.
Well,
I thought that play was made.
Leonard caused the fumble.
Yeah,
for sure.
Leonard stripped it. Thomas was able to jump on it and recover it. And then obviously that was right before Eli threw the interception. Here's the good news. Eli Manning's overall performance, we could parse it all day. It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
They won.
And he's not going to be the quarterback of this team moving forward. So it doesn't matter.
And he got to finish not with a losing record as a starter.
He got to get back to 500.
Right.
He gave the fans an awesome moment. He gave his family an awesome moment.
No doubt about it.
He had an awesome way to close out his Giant career. So the truth is, we could sit here and talk about this interception and that throw and this throw. None of it freaking matters.
No.
What matters is that W.
That's
what matters.
That's all that matters.
What matters was the standing ovation.
Yep.
What matters, as we later found out, is that Eli Manning gave an emotional speech before the game in which he's dropping an F-bomb.
At the end of it, he said, freak it at the end.
Yeah, yes. Or maybe something else.
Well,
That's all that matters. Because he's not going to be the quarterback next year. We all understand that. Assuming Daniel Jones is healthy, and I start to believe he will be for next week.
I wonder sometimes whether he was healthy to play yesterday. I mean, who knows?
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
Right.
And hopefully Eli Manning doesn't play quarterback for the Giants again because you don't want to take away from the brilliance of the way this thing ended.
Yeah.
With a victory, with the Giant fans getting to show him some love. And that's the thing I felt good about for Giant fans. This is a franchise that hasn't won a game since September. This is a franchise that has really been awful for a couple of years outside of the glimmer that they got in the 1 year of Ben McAdoo, the 1 full year of Ben McAdoo.
Yep.
Yesterday was a rare, good-feeling moment at MetLife Stadium for the Giant fans. It just doesn't happen. There isn't a lot of that. And so yesterday was overall a good day. And the other thing is, which I think is the more important thing long-term, even if it's not going to get the attention, nor should it, because of Eli Manning being tributed, there was so many positive things from young players that you are relying on in the future that I think as a Giant fan, even though it's the Dolphins and they stink and we get it, I think you were able to walk away from this game saying, wow, DeAndre Baker looks like a football player.
Yeah, Tomlinson had a big game, too. I thought he really played well yesterday.
Made some big plays in this game.
Leonard Williams made plays. If you
Leonard
sign
Williams.
him.
Julian
Beware
Love.
after you sign him what happens.
Yes.
Just saying.
Julian Love made some plays. Michael Thomas made some plays.
Yep.
Obviously, we're mostly talking about the guys on defense. They had guys make plays.
Well, the defense played well.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about that fumble that was forced by Leonard Williams with Fitzpatrick. They had a big 4th-and-1 stop in this game. I believe it was Tomlinson that made that stop.
It was, yeah. And Love, too.
Right. No, I thought the defense, really played a solid game yesterday. And obviously, the Beal, the safety with Beal, the defense made a lot of plays yesterday.
Oh, no doubt. And there were a lot of underrated things. Like Beal made a great tackle on Allen Hurns that held the Dolphins to a field goal. There was a lot of small, under-the-radar things in this game that I think as a Giant fan, you'll walk away from saying, all right, that's a positive.
Yep.
And when you're having a season like this, you're looking for anything. And you're looking for it from young players, specifically guys that you could envision being on this team in 2020 and in 2021. So I get it. The headline should be Eli Manning, kind of tributing Eli Manning, the career he's had as a Giant quarterback. But there was a lot of other small positives you could take out of this football game. And here's the ultimate good news. I really believe this. Nothing that happened yesterday, to me, is going to change the future of this head coach.
Definitely not.
He's gone.
Shermer's gone.
So
Shermer's gone.
Even if you're one of those Giant fans that say, no, Joe Evan, this is horrible. Shermer's going to get an extension.
It didn't hurt their draft position either. So
it didn't
let's
hurt
throw
that
in
either.
there.
You're right. They're still at number 2.
Yep.
Now, that could change if they beat the Redskins on Sunday, but that's a different story. But it's not as if this win is going to make John Maris say, boy, that Pat Shermer, he's Vince Lombardi.
No.
Nothing changed.
No.
But you know who it made look good of anybody yesterday? I think it made Gettleman look half decent.
Gettleman looked good.
He looked half decent.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these young players that he brought in were the guys contributing.
I'm going to continue to say it. Gettleman stays, Shermer goes. To me, that's what happens.
And that's what should happen.
I agree with it.
That's what should happen.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Darius Slayton catches another touchdown. How about what Slayton
he's really
has
been good.
done?
Darius Slayton's had a very good year.
Yeah.
Very good year.
And then the other positive
8
moving
touchdown
forward.
catches this year, I believe, is the number.
Not bad for a rookie.
No.
Fifth round pick. Fifth round, right? Fifth round
fifth
pick.
to sixth, something like that.
And you touched on it at the top. I think what is also good for your mental health as a Giant fan is that Saquon Barkley played as well as he did.
And he made some moves that you've seen when, vintage Saquon from last year.
Yeah.
It's some really, a dead leg, leave the guys in the lurch moves.
No doubt. Now, we're not ignoring the fact that the Miami Dolphins stink and that if you're ever going to be able to run the football against anybody, it's going to be the Miami Dolphins. I get that. It's understood. But still, you're looking for any kind of positive you could find as you're finishing what has been just an abysmal season.
Yep.
And you touched on it with the offensive line. The line got off to a terrible start.
Right away.
Eli took a couple of sacks right out of the gate. One was negated because they called an illegal contact. Another against Nate Solder looked really, really bad. But I thought in the second half of this game specifically.
No, they played well.
They played
gave
tremendous.
him time to throw the football. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. They gave him time. I thought Nick Gates actually played well, too.
I guess
filling in for
they're
Kevin
pretty high
Zoller.
on him, I believe, too, this kid.
You know what? They should be based on the way he played yesterday.
He was good.
So, besides the feel-good moment that you were able to get for Eli Manning and give Eli Manning, it was really the first time in a very long time that you could find any positives as a Giant fan coming out of a football game.
Yeah. Yep. I completely agree. But it was a good day for Eli. It was very emotional there at the end. Obviously, you even saw Eli kind of shed a tear a little bit, which you never see any emotion from him, and you did see that. He's got his family on the field. He's got his mother and father upstairs. It was a good day. If this is the last one, and I'm assuming this is probably going to be the last one, it was a good send-off for him.
Well, Eli...
The greatest quarterback in the history of the franchise.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
Eli can do whatever he wants. If he loves football and wants to keep playing, God bless him. Go find a job elsewhere. But I find it really, really hard to believe he's ever going to get a situation next year or the year after that is going to fulfill what he wants. Because I don't know if he'll ever start again. He clearly doesn't want to be a backup, and any situation in which they're giving him an opportunity to start is probably going to be on an incredibly short leash.
Yep.
So, look, a guy can do whatever he wants, right? If Eli Manning wants to keep playing, God bless him. Greg Maddux became a journeyman pitcher at the end of his career, all right? You could do what you want. But it's tough to imagine, Joe, him finding himself a situation and closure to his NFL career that can match what we witnessed yesterday at MetLife Stadium.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. I think the only situation that I look at where, they're a very good team, a contending team that may need a quarterback and thinks a veteran could maybe put him over the hump is Pittsburgh if Roethlisberger is done. That's the only place.
Assuming Ben is done.
But that's what I'm saying. If Roethlisberger is done.
Right.
I don't see anywhere else. Where else would that be?
He looked great on the sideline yesterday.
You
see
Ben?
Put
on some weight.
Yes. And the beard.
Maybe the beard makes him look heavier.
Maybe a combination of both.
It could be.
I'm not sure.
Could be.
We'll get to your calls. We'll go through the rest of Week 15 in the NFL.
Some
Clark
very
Banks
interesting
will join
games
us.
yesterday.
Oh, my God. Off the charts.
And leave it to the Falcons to actually help out the Saints.
I know.
How about that?
Well, the Falcons have made quite an impact on the NFC
They definitely
playoffs
have.
without actually being in the NFC playoffs.
Right.
We'll go around the league. We'll get to the baseball from over the weekend. Two prominent pitchers on the move, Corey Kluber and Madison Bumgarner. And, of course, your phone calls.
And the Nets won yesterday. How about the Nets? Come on, they beat Philly.
I loved it. I don't care if Joel Embiid wasn't
them
playing.
yesterday.
Beat him up. Loved every second of that.
I don't think Kyrie played because he never does. But
well, no, I don't expect him to. and I got to say, it really meant a lot to me, man. I'm on Twitter. So many people are congratulating me on that net victory. I'm so surprised by that, and I appreciate that.
I didn't get a lot of congratulations, too. I don't know why.
Because the Knicks came back on Denver.
I don't think it had anything to do with the Knicks.
Oh, no?
No. I think it had to do with Dove Kramer moving to afternoons.
It is weird to not only see Ernie and Dove.
That way I got condolences all week?
You got condolences?
For working
with Dove. For continuing to work with Dove. Right?
Yeah, I got no congratulations.
Remember, Dove don't work on Fridays.
That's right.
You don't have to worry about that.
And this week I don't work on Friday. It's great.
That's right. You're going to go away. You got to give me your picks for. I guess we're not doing. I guess this is the last week we're doing because neither of us are working next. Are you working next Friday?
No.
The Friday after Christmas.
No, I'm going away for a full weekend a day. Going to Disney World.
Okay, so I see. So the Friday after Christmas. So I guess tomorrow will be the last day. This Friday will be our last pick segment.
Pretty much.
We won't be doing the last weekend.
Yes, and both of us have had stellar seasons with picks.
Oh, my God. Thank God for the Eagles. Thank God for
you got a cover on
the
that.
Strip sack on the last play of the game. That's the only cover I got.
Oh, my God.
And I almost got one in a bad game. Look at that bad game ended.
Yes.
With that play, they got to the 10-yard line.
Yeah. Crazy, man.
Oh, my God.
Crazy. We'll get your calls coming up at Ingo and Roberts here until 6 o'clock.
The two